Hello, welcome back on my channel. So this is Oliver, and I will show you my strategy, which made me 7 green days in a row, 11 green days in a row, and 9 green days in a row on my prop firm accounts when I was using funded futures, for instance. And I just switched over 5 funded accounts, 5 evaluations to funded accounts. So I will prove this to you. So first of all, this is my current account. We have the February 7th Saturday, and this is the approval here that I made it, 53,000. And you see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 days. So this was just a trade because I got the 53,000. I needed 7 trading days where I got kind of a loss, which was just one trade in and out and goodbye. I have another account here, 699, which has not been traded 7 days long, which is already at 53,049. So I just have to do the same thing. And you see, this is a 1. So there was no trading day here for whatever reason. So it was Friday 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Monday will be the 7th day. So this will be also a funded account. This is just 2 of them. So you see I have a consistency of 22%. And I got kind of every day I got 600, 300, 400, 500, 400 trades, 600. My goal is to have like $500 a day, not more. It's not about the big home runs. It's about the small gains. How I do this. And I have 2 strategies for you. And one I tell you now. The first one is actually, I'm doing the regular trading hour gap fill. What does this actually mean? And just put out here all of the indicators. And I have here a indicator, which I got this from, and funnily, because I discovered this some weeks ago, and this guy's here, tradingstats.net, they have done a web page where they really point this out. They have a blog, and here you see were the gap fill strategy. So kind of go here, the blog. Do gaps always get filled? And here we go. Gap fill strategy. Out of 2,791 days of the NQ futures data, and this was published February 1st, funnily on the 21st of January, or on the kind of November, I discovered that strategy. You see that gap fills will be filled by 80% by 10:30 New York time, 84% by 12, and 16 o'clock by close. So 90% by close will be 25% filled. That's 9 out of 10 days, more or less. What is a gap fill? And this is this stuff which I will kind of tell you. A gap fill is simply a indication between, that's the gap between the regular trading hours. And I will show you how it works. So we'll not do a cherry picking then actually. So kind of, so you see that. So it's the regular trading hours. And as you see, if you are going into the regular trading hours, sometimes there is a gap in between. So which means from the close, which was here, and actually, that's not really true because TradingView is doing it a little bit upside down. From the close here and to the opening here, this was the close. That was the close at. This was the close here, 24. That was 10 o'clock. This was the open. So this is the gap. And what we are betting on it, it fills from the start. It fills the gap. And as you see, this is a 50% line. It would have filled the gap on the 5th of February, which was the first day. We are not betting that it gets 100% of that. I am, with my strategy, bet, depending on the days, what's going on before, that it fills 25 to 35%, maybe 50% of the gap. If it goes higher, good. Let's go here, for instance. It goes not just on the buy side, it also goes on the sell side. For instance, here, you have here the close and the open. And as you see, that was a day where it has not really been filled. So this was really a day where this strategy would not really have been in place. This was kind of a very small wick into that. That would be not a good day for that strategy. Going back another day. Here, there was almost no gap. So which means at the end, this was no trading day for that strategy. Here we have the same thing. And here we have a very prime example. This was a very good trading day for me. It was Tuesday, 27th of January. We got the close around here. We got the open around here. And as you see, the gap almost has been filled quite immediately. So if you go 50%, for instance, it was like 1.5 hours, 90 minutes into the market, a little bit less even, 90 minutes into the market, and it was filled. So this is a strategy where you can look at it also, and this is something which I have helped me for me. It gives you a bias, because if you take a look, if the gap starts above, it's a big possibility that it rolls down. There was no gap. Here as well, opening, rushed down, almost filled the gap, got up again. Here as well, this was a very good day as well, kind of rushed up, filled the gap, because here, if you take an, as bigger the gaps are, the most likely they just fill 50%. At the end of the day, as you see, it almost has filled all of it. This is something which really works good. There is an indicator which is called gap fill analysis. And when the day starts, it gives you kind of percentages, how often or how good it works. This is the NQ, so it's the Nasdaq. How much, if you see the stats here, for instance, 36%, 13%, this would be not a good day for that strategy. But let's go back in time, and I will do now something kind of no cherry picking. I put out this web page. I just kind of, this is you can kind of open up yourself. I kind of manipulate that. The only thing is, you pick one day, a random date, and I say, okay, I want to get the date. And we're picking the date now in TradingView to take a look, how has this worked out? The date is chosen would be the 20th of August. So we are going here on the replay mate. I hope it's working, that it goes back. Start new, select date, 20th of August, and we are going at 15:15. Select the date. Perfect. So you see, I'm just betting on the extended, so we switch on the extended trading hours here, and we make it move in the 1 minute interval, and maybe, yeah. So it's 1 minute now, and as you see, there is the possibilities of the last day, and we'll let it run now. So here we go, open up. And maybe we mark out the gap from yesterday. The yesterday's gap was here, and it looks like it will be a bigger gap. So let's take a look at this, 15:15. Maybe switch on to the minute chart. It's even better. And yeah, market open, and you see it rushed up a little bit. And my recommendation on it is, and this is kind of why I show you that, is don't open up the trades blindly. Wait. Wait for the confirmation. If it rushes up on the first candle, okay. But as you see, the possibilities on this here is 70.4% that it will be filled by 10:30. So let's take a look how this is working out on that day. And I would say this was not a good day for this strategy. No cherry picking, no whatsoever. We take another date. Again, it put in the 3rd of November. 3rd of November, November 3rd. For no ideas, it was a Monday. We always go here, 15:20, let's say, okay. Select the day. So we're marking out, so we are putting in regular trading hours. So we're marking out the yesterday's close, which was at this here. Could be maybe that was maybe something. I was so late. Why there was no... Okay, here it was over. So here was the gap. So here we go. Moving forward and taking a look how this gap will be filled. So market open is here. Maybe make a horizontal line here. So you will see that. So a vertical line, better said. So we see that. So this is the gap fill. This should be the gap fill. So what does it do now? And you see, it opened up the open core. It opened up the open. Wait for the confirmation, and here we go down. Here it goes down perfectly. This would be a very good trade. My experience on that is actually, if there is a lot of gap, so if the gap is big, like this one here, the likelihood of being filled is way more possible than it is actually when it's quite small. So it's maybe, and here it's not 100%, it's maybe 25%. So my recommendation here would be bet on the fill of the 25%. This can be a trade which is done in maybe, let's say like this, you kind of wait for up, you make a stop order here, wait for that. There could be a trade for like 5 minutes, even not less. You take a look, it has taken 9 minutes to be filled on the 25%, 30 minutes to be filled on the 50%. Let's take a look, maybe it's even better going for us. Yeah, 56 minutes to rush down to 75% mark, and that's going down here. Here we go. And I would put down stop loss here. I would trail my stop loss here. When it rushed down 75%, I collect the money, maybe take some of my money out if you're betting for more, but this would become my recommendation. As said, wait for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. What's happening? Don't enter the trade blindly. That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to enter the trade blindly. So make another example. Again, we're doing the 12th of September, September 12th of September, a Friday, usually not the day I like to trade actually. Go here again, select it. So we're taking a look at the yesterday's close. Where was the yesterday's close? The yesterday's close was, check about here, yesterday's close was, it was here, actually. It was here. And where do we start the day? So, okay, that looks like a big gap as well. So a kind of bigger gap. And without knowing this, I would assume that we most likely maybe will hit that area here, 50%. Let's say, let's take a look if this is really how I said it would be. So you see here all of the statistics. As soon as it kind of rolls over, it will change the statistics. And here we go. And prime example, 100, take a look at that. Oops, take a look at that. Take a look at this, boys. This was, oh, sorry, there's a ES, there's an NQ. Take a look at this. 9 minutes to have 100% target. But, and this is important, very important. You see the first wick up? This is the one you have to wait for. Wait for that, rushes down, and even here, and that's the point on that, if you wait for the wick up, you place a stop order here and kind of have break even after the 25%, you have already made 50% in 1 minute. So this is how it works. It maybe is not, it's not the cleanest of, you don't wait for confirmations or something like this or kind of that, but I would wait for the first minute, etc. Things like this. As I said, you have kind of 6 minutes to be filled 100%. This is a strategy which has worked well for me, which made me a lot of green days. I'm betting now around about 3 to 4, 5, 6 macros, depending on where the 50% target is. I'm usually calculating this a little bit with the Fibonacci's, because when it comes to kind of market open, I use a Fibonacci tool. And what I would do here in this case would be like, I would move the price up and down and kind of say, okay, how much points we are talking about? We're talking about 31 points here. How obvious is it that it goes down that way? And maybe, and this is something we may have to witness now, if we are going here, what is the price doing over day? Is this the bias of the day? Is it going up or is it going down? Was it just a fake out? This was just a wick down. And as you see, it has taken the gap to move further to the up. This is something I've witnessed a lot of times now. So it takes the gap, it rushes up. A guy who was working for hedge funds told me this is usually because the hedge fund guys usually take just a look on the regular trading hours. They give a shit about the extended ones. So that's maybe true or not. I have no idea. I'm not a hedge fund guy. So yeah, this is from TradingView. This is a strategy. This is gap fill analytics. I will show you something about the script. So this is the gap fill probability and statistics. It's a very nice tool. It's really good thing. The internet site, which I showed you before, is from Trading Stats. So I'm just looking at where the heck is that now? Exactly, here it is. So it's tradingstats.net. You can find a lot of these things here, possibilities and things like that. And there's another blog which I think was very helpful, was like overnight high with 11 with the data, kind of how much that 94% of the overnight range breaks here, which side. So this is something I'm going through at the moment. This is something maybe for a future video, but this really makes sense. So if this video was helpful for you, please subscribe to my channel. It would be very helpful. I have a Discord as well. You can step into that as well. And we're trading every day live on my friend's Pro Trading's Discord. So if you like to join this one as well, I recommend all those videos. We have live sessions on YouTube as well on the Pro Trading. Very bunch of very, very talented guys inside there. Big hug to Craig and to Bishop and everyone, and Mike himself, Pro Trading, Mike himself. A big hug to them as well. They made me good. We make you good. If you have any questions, let us know. This was Oliver. This was the gap fill strategy on the NQ, and I hope you liked the video. Bye-bye.